guys, here we go. We're now on the 101 service from Madeley to the Princess Royal Hospital for the live stream, but the actual part between Madeley and Wellington. And I just hope you enjoy the journey. And this route is part of the Telford network, and is operated on behalf of, and this one's run on behalf of Select Bus Services with the 100, 102, 103, 104, 105 being under the contract of Cannock-based Chase Rider. And this one here is run from Select, while the 99 corridor is run on behalf of Arriva. And speaking of Arriva, some of you may or may not know that Arriva is going to be taking over the Telford contracts. Once I get full information, I will get that to you. So this means Arriva will be having all Telford contracts, and the 99 will have a few timetable changes. And this one being one of them, obviously this means Arriva have bought certain buses to work the contracts. So this bus we got is an ex-Nottingham City Transport livery. This is an ex-Nottingham City Transport Engroser 100, as you see with the leather seats. However, the livery is actually the Telford grey livery, supported by Telford and Wigan Council. And Select Bus Services primarily operate services around Stafford Way, because obviously they're based in Staffordshire, and their main focus locations is Cannock and Stafford, and of course they've got the 33 at Lichfield that goes over to the village of Bradley, and then up in Stafford they've got all the Stafford town services, especially the 876 towards Wolverhampton, and there's even the 875 that goes from Wolverhampton, that goes from Stafford over to Cannock, and in Cannock they've got the 67 over to Wolverhampton, and also got the 93 over to Hempstead. Over in Stafford they've got the town services, and of course they have services in Stone. The 100 series over there, right, and of course they also Railway. This is the Telford Steam Railway. So there's the old class Northern Pacers, and then there's a Caledonian sleeper, Scott Express, Scott Rail, Mark. So just come off Bridge Road. So down there, that's the steam railway down there. Okay then guys, this is the 101 from Madeley to Princess Royal Hospital, and this is operated on behalf of the Travel Telford network, and starting from July, obviously starting from July, this route will be taken over by Arriva. So Arriva will take over the hands of the operation of this route, the 101 from Princess Royal Hospital to Madeley. And so that means this route currently operated by Select. Select will end the contract on the Travel Telford franchise, and then Arriva will take over. And so Arriva's going to be taking over this route, believe it or not. But so far, I've also got some changes happening, also happening in due course of July. So bear with me. So anyway, from the 20th of July 2025, The 7 from Bell Green to Brownshill Green and Coventry City Centre. And also the 7C Coventry City Centre to Brownshill Green. So the Stagecoach 7C service will be discontinued following the loss of the TfWM contract and will be replaced by addition late evening and Sunday journeys on the National Express Coventry Service 7. The 12A Birmingham to Dudley via Aldbury and also including Bearwood. So the 12A is withdrawn by National Express West Midlands, with their existing service 12 being increased to run every 20 minutes. And the 12A will be taken over by Diamond Bus. Surprise, surprise. And it will operate via Regent Road, Elm Terrace, and also Poplar Avenue and City Road, which will replace the current number 14 service, which runs from Dudley to Blackheath. And the 14 will cover, and then the 12A will continue on to Albury via Tower Road to cover the withdrawal of the NXWM 12A service. So the 13 service that goes from Birmingham to Aldbury via Bearwood and Worley, and the 13A Birmingham to Blackheath via Bearwood. So the existing 13, which we know as the old 128, is going to be withdrawn, and the 13A will be renumbered to the 13 with a route revision between Hurst Road and Bleak House Road. And the revised 13 will serve Bleak House Road, George Road, Bristol Hall Road, Salop Road, and Hurst Road. So all these information can be found on the West Midlands Bus Users website. So anyway, here we go. We're now by the Wrekin Retail Park here in Telford. It's a bit of a surprise to see that the old 128 is being scrapped. So they scrap the old 127 and the old 129. Well, obviously, the only part of the 127 survives on the 13A, and the rest of it is all isolated. It's all idle. Well, most of it. So anyway, here we go. We're now going up through Arleston. So this is Arleston. This is a bit of a tight road, and this is a bit like the tightest state roads on the 215. Obviously, the 215 is being changed as well, and will no longer go down Warrens Hall. So that's all changed. But obviously, I'm not sure if it's going to do the loop on the Uplands estate. I'm not sure if it's going to go on Uplands yet, or maybe that's been withdrawn. I don't know. But obviously, that route has had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun memories on that route, especially with it being operated by Diamond, and of course National Express as well. But obviously, Diamond is possibly one of the major operations to do such windy roads, even though NX did a good job on it over the last couple of years. Obviously, they were using a lot of smaller vehicles. Well, even though the Enviros are larger than you think, but they were perfect size for the 24. So anyway, we're now on the Holyhead Road. Now, there is this proposal going on about this new Whitchurch to Market Drayton bus. And Whitchurch to Market Drayton and Wellington. I'm not sure when that's happening yet. I know it said it could start sometime this summer. I am also planning to try and get on Tannock Valley coaches at some point. So Tannock Valley have got some good buses. So anyway, here we are. This is Wellington bus station. So here we are at the Princess Royal Hospital.